to single hand 360 to opposite hand drop, and then I don't know what this movement is called, but it adds a little flow to it. And then also using the core in ways in my backyard today. As you guys can notice, it snowed pretty heavy, and I don't know, I kind of like working out in the snow. Not necessarily because it feels comfortable, but because the idea of working out in the cold, like doing something difficult in a difficult situation, um, or a difficult condition, is, tests you a little bit. In any case, it's been a while since I've used my steel maces and clubs, and so that's what I'm going to focus on mainly today. Different kinds of steel mace and steel club complexes that is probably going to target the whole body, and yeah, depending on light conditions, might do kettlebell juggling. But I've my fingers are pretty beat up from jiu-jitsu class, so like I landed badly a couple of times, and like a few of my fingers aren't 100%, and I don't think that's the right environment in which to do kettlebell juggling, but to be decided. In any case, for the first set of movements, doing steel mace 360 to single hand 360 to opposite hand drop, and then I don't know what this movement is called, but it adds a little flow to it where you can involve some more muscle groups and move between one side of the body to the other. Doing this 5 times on each side. Then with my 35-pound club, doing alternating pullovers. So I'm going to start with left hand overhand, pull over to clean on the other side, pull over, doing this 5 times as well. So yeah, doing this for 4 to 5 sets to start, and yeah, keeping rest periods kind of low, and yeah, on to the next thing. I wanted to push the strength element a little bit, and so for the next set of movements, I'm starting with my 45-pound club, which is, I don't know, relatively heavy in the Clubbell world. And it's not a weight that I'm particularly comfortable with yet. So going to do Clubbell clean to shield cast for 5 on each side. The Clubbell clean portion of things is very similar to a kettlebell swing, and then the shield cast is very similar to a kettlebell halo. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Alright. Then, with my 15-pound mace, I'm going to do 5 single-handed 360s. Switching sides. Then going to do alternating 10 to 2s or 300s for 10 each side. Yeah, so this is what I'm doing. So combining a little bit of heavyweight strength element in the beginning, and then kind of keeping the heart rate going by doing something that's relatively lighter and uses the same muscle groups as the previous exercise. So yeah, this is what I'm doing for 4 sets, and on to the next. For the next set of movements, pushing the strength aspect of things a little again. So again, the weight of what's going to be heavy for one person versus the other is relative. To me, a 30-pound mace is heavy, and it's not like, I only got it towards the end of summer, so I haven't really had a lot of time to use it. So yeah, not very proficient with this. In any case, going to do 360s with this. So going to do 360s, drop it, then go to the other side. The act of dropping it, catching it, and then throwing it back up gets the arms and core involved. So to catch it and throw it up, there's a lot of biceps and shoulders. And then your core has to stay braced the whole time. So by adding that little component, you can get a lot more muscle groups at play. Man, I forget how hard these are on the forearms. Like, I was getting used to doing all this kind of stuff a lot more in the summer because it was pretty much all I was doing every day. But now that I don't use my clubs and maces as often. I'm noticing that tightness and fatigue in the forearms a lot sooner. In any case, doing alternate pullovers with my 15-pound clubs, going for 8. So similar to the previous set of movements, combining heavy with some light to extend the set, keep the heart rate going, but also fatigue the muscles a little bit more. Doing this for 4 sets, then on to the next. It's getting dark, so I won't be able to record much longer. So, just going to finish off with some 15-pound steel mace free flow. Do that for a while. I'll just record some of it, and then after I'm done with this, I'll probably go on a walk. But yeah, so just free flowing with the mace. When free flowing with the mace, you can kind of just put together whatever you want, and it's kind of like a liberating feeling. Like sometimes I'll feel a certain sensation in a certain part of the shoulder, and then I can just do something to target it real quick. That was bad, but whatever. And then alternate between using both sides of the body in very complex ways that target the muscles in ways traditional exercises don't. And the goal is not just muscle growth and stuff like that. It's the ability to use your joints the way they can be used. I don't necessarily mean meant to be used, because you can use your joints for whatever you want to use them for. But by doing stuff like this, you're able to preserve its capacity for doing all sorts of stuff. And then also using the core in ways it otherwise doesn't get used in exercises. That was bad. I was just attempting something different. But yeah, and it also gives me the ability to kind of mess around and kind of take my body where it wants to take me, and in the process possibly come up with movements that I otherwise wouldn't have come up with within a rigid thinking structure. All right, let's try to have focus on talking a little bit more, a little less, and then just flow with the weight. So, I'll talk for a little bit. So, the Flowing Dutchman does this movement called a pivot. It's not a movement specific to him, but it's essentially you rotating with the mace. But as you're rotating with the mace, you have to be aware of where the weight of the mace is relative to the body, and so it changes the biomechanics a little bit. But it's a nice flowy movement. It's getting pretty dark. Let's try that, shall we? Alright, so I'm kind of messing it up over there. Yeah, I'm not fully... My mind doesn't have a full grasp of how to rotate relative to the mace to make the pivot successful. But, that's the learning curve. You mess up a few times, your mind's neural network starts calculating the mistakes, and then you try to fix it. Alright, let me do this for a while more before I end the video. So yeah, it's getting dark, but I'm probably going to do this for another 10-15 minutes or so. Uh, no, 20 minutes. Then go on a walk, and that'll be it for today's workout for me. This is it for today's video. Maybe see you all tomorrow. I might have jiu-jitsu, but we'll see. See you all tomorrow.